We're live, as always. Fuck. Copy. Oh, there it is. Stupid. Who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal. That's who he is. A vigilante. A public menace. What's he doing on my front page? Mr. Jameson, your wife is on the line. One, she needs you to know if you... Mr. Jameson, there's a page 6 problem. We have a page 1 problem. Shut up. Right? Just turning something on in the... He's news. They're really important clients. They can wait. Just turning some shit on in the background. I don't know if Spider's going to be here for this one or not, despite how many times the name of the... He pulled 6 people off that subway car. Yeah, I don't know if Spider is going to be here for this one or not. But if he isn't, then I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. So previously, this little bitch over here pissed on a heater that was over here, which in turn kind of put a wrench in some plans. And what that meant by wrench in plan was, because that heater didn't work and made this room too cold, it meant that this window could not be shut. Therefore, meaning that I couldn't really do a show of the typical caliber. So what was supposed to be a Madam Web review ended up becoming a Santa Claus review. So I guess you could consider that either a belated 2024 Christmas special or an early Christmas 2025 special. Sure, from a wreck he probably caused, something goes wrong and this creepy crawler is there. Look at that, he's fleeing the scene. What's that tell you? He's not fleeing, he's probably going to save somebody else. He's a hero. Anyway, there's your recap. Now on to stupid fucking dumb bullshit. Also known as a film, in which we are researching spiders in the Amazon right before our mother died. This time for real. That's why he wears a mask. What's he got to hide? His dick. Madam Web is a 2024 American superhero film featuring the Marvel Comics character of the same name. It is the fourth film in Sony's Spider-Man universe, or SSU. She needs to know if you want the chintz or Chanel in the dining room, whichever one's cheaper. Which, before I even continue, say, I was in the Amazon wait, what's the... I know the quote, but okay. I know the quote, but I was about... Okay. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died. You know, that classic line that isn't even in the movie. Anyway. Which before... Oh yeah, we're doing this for real now. Good. Which before I even continue reading... The fourth film in the... So yeah, this is a case... It's webbing time. Yep, for real this time. Which, by the way, before I even continue reading about the film... Yes, I am aware this is a case of me breaking the chronological order, as we should have done Venom 1, 2, and Morbius first, but oh well. Anyway, the film stars Dakota Johnson in the title role, alongside Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Marced, Celeste O'Connor, Tahar Rahim, Mike Epps, Emma Roberts, and Adam Scott. Ezekiel in the comics was actually an ally of Spider-Man, so that's something. I don't read the comics, but now that I know that, yes it is. I also really hope that Toei Company does not give me a copyright claim for what's playing over my shoulder. You know, it's funny, even in Super Sentai, Bandora/Rito looks dubbed over. Anyway, the film depicts the origin story of Cassie Webb, played by Dakota Johnson, who confronts her past whilst trying to save three young women, Sweeney, Marced, and O'Connor, from Ezekiel Sims, played by Rahim, who wants to kill them before they become Spider-Women in the future and kill him. Madam Web isn't even a popular character. Exactly. I mean, granted, the Guardians of the Galaxy weren't really popular before their movie. Difference is, nobody... Yeah, people already dislike her, so what did they expect? Stupid. I'm not even trying to be snappy or bitchy when I say that, just stupid. That's the only valid answer. Not even 8 minutes into the... Well, not even 9 minutes in, and I'm already... This is the kind of passionate I wish I could have gotten last night. Anyway. The film was produced by a clusterfuck of companies. Madam Web was a disliked character for being so cryptic and just sitting around when she has powers of... Good copy, by the way. Anyway. The film was produced by a clusterfuck of companies, including Columbia Pictures, Marvel Entertainment, D. Bonaventura Pictures, and TSG Entertainment, and was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Take a shot every time I list off a company. Anyway, the film premiered on February 12th, 2024 at the Regency Village Theater, and premiered everywhere in the U.S. just 2 days later on February 14th, 2024. Yeah, the Madam Web film was doomed from the start. Yeah, it really... Even if it was a good, like, even if by some miracle it ended up being good, let's talk the Ezekiel costume after I get the basics out of the way. No, I'm not refusing to talk about it. I just like to get the basics out of the way before I discuss the specifics. Anyway, the film had a budget of between 80 to 100 million and made 100.5 million. Do I even need to say it? Sony Pictures began developing a Madame Web film for its shared universe by September 2019, with Sazama and Sharpless writing the script. Clarkson joined as the director in May 2020 in her feature film directorial debut, and Johnson was cast in early 2022. It's the Wonder Boner. Hey, Copper. Wonder Boner? Hey, Copper. Copper. Are boners funny? Anyway. The film takes place in 2003, and modern day computers are that. You think that's bad? No. You think that's bad? This piece of shit is there. This piece of shit. Film takes place in 2003, but what is in the film? What for? Yeah, the PSP. I want to go to MILF school. Hi, Spider. Welcome to Wanderer After Darker, nigger. We're talking Madam Weber. That's 2005. Exactly. So what is this doing in a film set in 2003? Well, I can answer that by asking, what are Pinkie Pie earrings doing in Dexter Original Sin set in 1991? God fucking damn it. Back to Madam Web. On to Sonic 2. Further castings occurred in the following months, particularly for the Spider-Women characters. Filming began in mid-July 2022 and wrapped before the end of the year, occurring throughout Massachusetts, New York City, and Mexico. Down in Mexico. Clarkson and Peter, the fact that I do my research whenever I want to put old items in a film meant to take place in a different time, yet Madam Web made it obvious it wasn't too... Yeah, pretty much. Hit the nail on the head. You hit the dick on the tip. Anyway. Clarkson and Parker... I'm having a stroke. Clarkson and Parker's involvement as writers was revealed in November 2023. Johan Soderquist, I don't even know if I said that correctly, a frequent collaborator at Clarkson, composed the score. Anyway, the film premiered at the Regency Village Theater in Westwood, Los Angeles. By the way, moment of respect to the people of Los Angeles right now. I wish your state a very stop burning to the ground immediately. On February 12, 2024, and then released in the U.S. 2 days later on February 14th. Moment of disrespect. I was being serious, but that's allowed. Moment of disrespect. Okay, no. Unless there was something else you tried to say, and YouTube probably deleted it. Most likely. Anyway. Hey, Copper, are boners funny? Yep, YouTube. Anyway. Unsurprisingly, the film was panned by critics and was a box office failure, grossing $100.5 million worldwide against an 80 to 100 million budget. Oops. Let me try that again. I make sure that I had Viewmaster discs match the time I needed for the Ghost film, which is in limbo, but they were either 5 years after what I needed or even after 10 years, so I wanted to buy some. I used to love Viewmasters. You can't just, they won't notice. Nah, they'll know. Exactly. In fact, Dino Buckla! Look, Mom, I'm Viewmastering. Look, Mom, I'm Viewmastering. I'm masturbating. Show the handsome Piku. Okay. Handsome boy. I have a backyard against Viewmaster somewhere. I have a very particular set of Viewmaster reels that I would love to show, but I don't want to bore you bitches. Dora Tarantula. That's for real my favorite Pikachu frame. And so, and you got to make sure your system unit, even if it came out in the correct time, units sometimes look visually different. So if a unit released after the set time, you need an older unit. Exactly. Hee hee. Hee hee ha ha. Anyway, back to stupid fucking garbage Spider-Man not. What the fuck? Okay. Alright, we basically read the condensed version of the production. I don't need to write the entire production history again, because I basically just read the short version. Although I am getting a pretty good laugh out of this as I skim through. Sony's version of Doctor Strange. Sure, buddy, keep telling yourself that. Case in point, the James show, I mean the Dahmer show, really made it look old. Yeah. Hey, here's a great example. Grindhouse. Although both of Grindhouse's films, Planet Terror and Death Proof, take place present day, or 2006, they are both made to look visibly old. Meaning they have like the film grain and the film scratches and the deterioration of an old film print. And in Death Proof's case, uses a lot of older music from before the film's time period. Giving it a modern, yes, but still kind of authentic look. Want to make a film based on the 80s and look like it's from the 80s? Run it through VHS. Yes, VHS, my vote. There's actually a VHS camera app for iPhone. Let me just see if that app is still available real quick. Yep, there. Okay, wait. Yep, there it is. Rare Vision VHS Retro 80s Cam. I had this app on an old iPhone of mine, but it's actually really good. Not VHS filters, actual VHS. Get a cassette, burn a film in it, run it through a VHS recorder. Let me just see if you're straight. Nope, you aren't. I agree with Spot. Well, I mean, I do agree, but this was the closest I had because I'm a technologically inept little bitch. Now, I'm not a faker, I'm just technologically inept. Hypothetically, I could probably learn how to record stuff onto VHS, but I don't have a VCR that can record. It's playback only. That, and do you think I know how to take a video off of my laptop or my phone and then convert it to a tape? No. Not trying to be rude, I just... Faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. It's worth the money. I believe you. It's just, this is my tiny little brain that I have because I'm a little stupid head. But I do believe you, though. Not going to doubt. Anyway. The first trailer for the film was released on November 15th, 2023. While commenting about the trailer, McKinley Franklin at Variety described Madam Web as a suspense thriller. Although Charles Pilliam Moore at The Verge felt the trailer did not give an indication as to what universe the film was set in, or why the film's antagonist Ezekiel Sims wore a suit similar to that of Spider-Man, and found it weird to see another Marvel-based project from Sony centered on Spider-Man lore without featuring the Spider-Man character. I really hope the YouTube copyright system cannot hear the Dragon Caesar theme. Okay, what does it say? You're comparing yourself to me? Ha, you're not even good enough to be my fake. I'll make you eat those words. I'm aware I probably just flipped around who actually says those, but whatever. Oh, but this film kind of features Spider-Man. Kind of. Baby Peter. Not just that, but it also features the Raimi mask. Kind of. Like, they show, like, these, like, spider tribe people, and they have the mask, and it's clearly modeled after the Raimi trilogy suit. Baby Peter also means baby penis. Welcome to the hood, brother! Because as we know about Hulk Hogan's kids, my kids... Anyway. Worth noting about Madam Web, the film was originally scheduled for July 7th, 2023, and then October 6th, and then finally February 2024. Hee hee ha ha. Hulk Hogan's son is a criminal. That does not surprise me. It just doesn't. Nothing the damn about that in any way, shape, cunt, or sex. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the vagina. Anyway, this was the first film to use the new Columbia Pictures logo commemorating the studio's 100th anniversary. Certainly a way to ring in an anniversary. Hulk Happy Hogan. Happy Hulk. I bet Happy was not happy to see Deadpool in his office. No, like he drunk drived and put his best friend in the hospital. Oh, that's real tragic. S tier for... No comment for that. None. Anyway. In December 2022... Sex. For sure. In December 2022... Oh wait, actually I did forget. I actually almost forgot boyfriend material even. Husband material. Sex material. Anyway. But what about that motherfucking reception boy toy material? Boy toy. Oh, drive me into a river. Yeah, drive into the river, Bob. Oh, drive into the river, Bob. Or maybe you could help me with the map. It's great that you won the contest, Laura, but let's try not to brag about it. Sexual being material. Yes. Yes. Ah, fuck. Jesus Christ. I love my horn dog family. Because we's a bunch of horn dogs. Dan and May eat the poison. Oh, there are 3 remaining Zhu Rangers are in serious danger. Dan, May, please take your heart of... Okay, I can't read. Please, be careful of shaved ice. Be careful of shaved ice. Shout Factory. Roleplay! Roleplay! Talk about how unlikable Webb is in this movie. I was getting there. Getting there. But first, that motherfucking reception. Madam Web was a failure at the box office and is considered by analysts to be a box office bomb. What the flying fuck were you expecting, guys? The film grossed $43.8 million in the US and Canada and $56 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $100.5 million. Oops! Oopsie doodsie. In the US and Canada, Madam Web was released alongside Paramount Pictures' Bob Marley One Love and was projected to gross 20 to 25 million from 4,000 theaters over its 6-day opening time frame. Aha! It received negative reviews from critics. Like I said earlier, Madam Web is already disliked for being cryptic and just sitting on her ass when she has powers to help. Would you believe that everything I know about Madam Web unfortunately comes from this movie? I know nothing about the character outside of what is seen in this movie. Do I deserve to live? Because the answer is no. Anyway, the film received negative reviews from critics who panned it as an embarrassing mess and the worst comic book movie yet. So what did the filmmakers expect? Gay sex. Say gex. Anyway, some critics compared it to Sony's Morbius, as both films became satirical meme fodder and received media attention, with Madam Web being regarded by some commenters as a future cult classic and a camp classic. What is it that Jim always did on The Office? Anyway, on Rotten Tomatoes, our favorite, 11% of 266 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 3.4 out of 10, 0 to 50 and 4. Prank people. No, I meant look at the camera, but prank people is accurate too. I think me looking at the camera should have made that quite obvious, but that's still a valid answer, so I won't get angry. The consensus Madam Web is mostly just bad. The consensus reads, let me turn this fan on first. The consensus reads, Madam Web's earnest approach to the title character's origin story has a certain appeal, but its predictable plot and uneven execution make for a forgettable superhero adventure. And I feel like the words superhero and adventure should be written in quotes, and italicized, and mirrored, and upside down. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 26 out of 100 based on 51 critics, 0 to 50 and 4, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. Audiences surveyed by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of C+, on an A+ to F scale. Funny. While those at Post-Tracks gave it a 54% overall positive. Post-Tracks, that's a name we haven't heard in a while. What is 0 to 50 and 4? I cannot believe it took you that many damn episodes to ask. I'm not being rude, I just think it's funny it's taken you almost 200 of these to ask. I actually do not recall which episode of this show I first said it on, but the full quote, yes, I do have to get into spoiler territory, even though you don't give a shit, but going back to Grindhouse and going back to Planet Terror, when they're getting away from the zombies in Planet Terror, and they're getting their getaway vehicles, Freddy Rodriguez's character ends up with this comically tiny mini bike, and he asks about the speed, and he's told that it goes from the full quote is not 0 to 50 and 4, but that's basically the gauge of speed. So yeah, it's basically a reference to this movie. Answers are finally revealed. Back to you, Spider. Okay, Jess. I wasn't being rude, but okay. I wasn't being rude. I was just telling you where that phrase came from. I apologize if that sounded a little rude. I wasn't trying to be. Back to you, Spider. When did you make your first snowman? Everyone. Oh, when I was around 5 or 6. Or 6. I cannot read. 5 or 7. Me, 5 hours ago. I never said you were. Okay, glad you clarified. It's just okay, Jess kind of made it sound a little... I'm bad at interpreting body language. Jesse putting words in my... I wasn't intentionally... I wasn't doing that on purpose. It just... Stop assuming... It was not on purpose. I just... Okay, Jess just made me think he's been doing that. I'm going to make this remote nice and toasty. He agreed. He, bitch. This is episode 126. He very much a he. Actually, according to my notes, this would be about episode... Where is it? This would roughly be episode 191. Roughly. Did you show Spider the clip of you? Which clip? Can you be a little bit more specific? Oh, wait, never mind. I completely forgot you did that last night. No, I haven't showed him yet. He, she, lemonade, pea, I don't care. Damn it, now I want a shirt that says he, she, lemonade, pea, I don't care. Oh my god, Jesse, I didn't mean the actual series I meant. I need to shut up. I need to shut the hell up. Back to Madam Blueberry, I mean Madam Wet. Okay, I'll show the stupid clip. Actually, I'll send it to him just because it's easier. Where's it? There it is. Is it Powerpuff Girl? No. It's a clip from this show, Piss Nuts. Back to gay sex. I didn't misread that, but it just kind of blurred together in my head because I'm EP. Anyway, back to it's sexual, baby. Lovia Garkey, I think that's how you say that. That person of The Hollywood Reporter believed that the film did not meet its lowest expectations, calling it airless and stilted. She criticized its screenplay as mechanical, as well as its reliance on exposition, forcing people to explain themselves while operating on a need-to-know basis for the audience. I mean, yeah, that just sums it up. Peter Travers of ABC News named the film the worst in Sony's Spider-Man universe, calling it god-awful and second to none in the dark art of boring you breathless. That has got to be the most relatable phrase I think I have heard maybe ever. I mean, it is the worst. Well, I mean, yeah, it is the worst. I mean, I hear that... I'm honestly tired of mentioning all the dumb and annoying things my stepmom does. Honestly, I don't blame you. Now, I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I don't blame you. Just based on what I've seen of her and what I've heard of her, I don't blame her. In fact, all I wish of your stepmom at this point is to get into a very specific kind of accident that doesn't kill her, and she's still alive, but could possibly knock some sense into her, or at the very least show her that her actions have consequences, and is the kind of accident that, gets her hospitalized, and eventually she can come home, but still has to stay there for a good amount of time. You're too soft. Nope, I believe the platform that we're on is too soft. I could write a book on her. Please do. You know Jeanette McCurdy's hit book, I'm Glad My Mom Died? Please write that biography, sir. Please write I'm glad my mom died chapter 2. Mom died hard. You want me to? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Please fucking do it. Fucking do the roar. That was not planned. Rob Dyrdek from the hit show. I just stepped on my... I'm glad I unalived my mom by James Collins. I'll have to dig to find all my stories. Okay, anyway. And I just realized I forgot to put this godforsaken piece of shit on our set this entire time. There we go. I'm glad my stepmom is a Nazi. And the cover should be her limbs photoshopped to be a swastika. Because then I know she'll be hated. Yes. Yes. Cooker. I mean, flip her around on the rotisserie thingy that they put chickens and black people on. My God. Well, that was pretty bad, huh? Couldn't be worse than 9/11. Ha 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 ha. I only read that with Dreamcast energy because that just sounds like a Sonic fan dub quote. Even though I know it isn't, it gives Snap Cube. Anyway, the New York Times' Manola Dargis was critical of the film's story and dialogue, which she called absurd and snort-out-loud risible. She felt the fight sequences were uninspired, although she did note that Johnson appeared to be wholly detached from the nonsense swirling around her. What did you do? What I had to. Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com? Anyway. Okay, that's enough. Who posted my nudes on JoJoSiwa.com? Of all people, JoJo's. Of all people, JoJo's. Who posted my nudes on Tails Bench and his double? Message deleted by the Google moderator. I did not do anything. I am telling the truth. I did not. Yeah, I am telling the truth. I did not. Oh my God, that is a first for this show. Okay, I'm scared. Yeah, let's stop right there. We should. Yeah, let's stop right there. Let's stop before we yeah. Don't. Just stop. Dead in your tracks. Normally I let you two just go off on this show, but yeah, when you get a warning like that by the Google moderator team, yeah. Take it down like 50 pegs, please. That's a new one. Ladies and gentlemen, Sylv might be joining from a different account in the future. God, that... Ooh, that was a new one. Okay, back to our feature presentation. I promise we are not up to anything. Let's just talk about how unlikable Webb is. Thank you. Um, I guess to wrap up the basics talk on this movie, though, because I was almost done with that. I was almost done. Then I'll talk about how unlikable she is, I promise. That was something else. In December 2022, Sony signed a long term deal with the Canadian based streaming service Crave for their films, starting in April 2023, following their theatrical and physical media home video windows. In the US, or actually, yeah, in the US, the film was released on digital platforms on March 15th, 2024, by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. And then it was released physically on Blu-ray, 4K Ultra HD, and DVD on April 30th, as well as a 4K Steelbook. And then the film was made available for streaming on Netflix in the US on May 14th, 2024, as a part of a deal made by Sony Pictures, Netflix, and Disney Plus. We don't actually know if there's a third viewer until they say something. I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I'm just saying, you know how YouTube is. They like to fudge the numbers. Sometimes it'll say there's 3, but there's only 2. So for all we know, there might be 3 viewers here. There might just be 2. They're the moderator. Maybe the third viewer is Google themselves thereafter. Okay, now let's chill. Madam Web. So after almost a year of putting this movie off, I finally watched it the other night, a couple nights ago. Actually, I forget how many days ago, but it was a couple days ago, a couple nights ago when I watched it. I guess I should probably add, I almost saw the movie in theaters back when it was coming out, but it just kind of got away from us. It's not that Song of the South. Someday. Anyway, it's not that, my family heard how bad it was and then didn't go see it. It's just got away from us. Regardless of if a movie is good or bad, not every movie that comes out in theaters is one that I end up seeing. Madam Web was just one of those that simply got away from us. But back to the movie. I finally watched it the other night. I have thoughts. So, I guess I will say though, Webb herself is incredibly unlikable. Not only is she just not an interesting protagonist, she's just unlikable. Plain and simple. How bad was it for you? Okay. If The Chaperone was both embarrassingly bad and boring kind of bad, Madam Web, I would just say, was the boring kind of bad. Although in a comical sense, I can see why some people would perhaps have ironic. Don't read it. Okay. Noted. I will not read. I will follow your directions and I will look at it, but I will not read it. I do remember that. I do remember that. Madam Web kidnap. Don't say that or else the Google moderator team might. Moderation team might come after you for that. Just because the buzzword at the end. But anyway. But yeah, she does do that. Oh yeah, context. We're talking about a movie. Madam Web kidnaps younger-aged individuals against their will in the 2024 Sony Pictures movie Madam Web. This is fictional events, not real. They are seen in a major Hollywood motion picture. Just playing it safe. In Minecraft, on Nick, I Like Girls. In Minecraft, Bad Boys 2, the Crazy Quilting Club. Anyway. Okay, but yeah, she's just an unlikable protagonist. Now, what I was trying to say. While The Chaperone, which I reviewed ages ago now, was both the embarrassing and the boring kind of bad, Madam Web was just the boring kind of bad. Talk about Ezekiel's costume and him as a villain. I was getting to that. Like, I can kind of see, though, maybe why somebody would possibly find ironic enjoyment in Madam Web. And, I mean, yeah, there is a certain comical aspect to the movie. But, no matter how much you try to look at it positively, it's just bad. And it's not even the fun kind of bad. It's just bad. I think his costume is neat, not a standout, just neat. I mean, I will agree with you there, at least. It is, until he gets beat by cars every chance he gets. Yep, pretty much. That says everything wrong with Ezekiel right there, other than him being a villain. What? I mean, I don't read the comics, so I don't know much of anything about the character, but based on what you said earlier, huh? Yeah, he's ineffective as a villain. Exactly. In fact, I almost think the movie would have worked a little bit better if there just was no clear villain. But anyway. But what I was saying. But Ezekiel is an ally of Spider-Man in the comics who was given similar power to Spider-Man. Yeah, so why they chose to make him a villain, your guess is as good as mine. Other than what I said earlier, which is stupid. Anyway, but just putting this disc back in here. There we go. Also talk about the Pepsi. Oh yeah, Pepsi. Because it wouldn't be something without Cassie can't seem to open Pepsi. Here, take mine. It's already been open for several months. There's nothing in it, but take it. It's yours. Anyway, but yeah, that happens. But yeah, he's just an ineffective villain, no matter how much you squeeze it. Another thing about Madam Web, not only is it like the boring kind of bad, but honestly, now that I've seen it, I do agree it is the worst film in the Sony, Marvel. There's 2 Google moderators now. On my end, it just says there's 1 watching, 1 viewer. So yeah, YouTube does like to mess with the numbers. He gets hit by ambulances, cars, cabs, and unalives via a Pepsi sign. Yep. Worst villain ever. But yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah. What I was saying, like, now that I've seen Madam Web, it's honestly not even the fun kind of bad. It's just bad. Talk about how Peter Parker... Oh yeah, Peter Parker is in it, but barely. Barely. Like, spoilers for the 1-year-old movie, but we see baby Peter Parker at the end. Oh yeah, and Ben Parker too, which, yeah, what year? I mean, I know it's at least supposed to take place in 2003, supposed to, but yeah, like, what Spider Universe is this? Yeah, just no. Just no. Just no, just stupid, just dance. But, yeah. It's the Venom. Well, I mean, it's the Venom verse. Well, they don't make it very clear now, do they? At least Morbius makes it a bit more clear with that stupid "We Are Venom" scene, which is stupid. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Morbius is at least the stupid, maybe not fun, but the stupid kind of bad. Like, you can at least laugh at Morbius, even if none of its comedy is on purpose. Like, Morbius just has so many stupid scenes in it and stupid bits of dialogue that you can at least find something to laugh at and enjoy and get a rise out of. Madam Web has none of that. It's just bland from start to finish, from the first second all the way to the last. Let me put this back over here and then I'll keep going. What does it say? We'll find out. We'll find that out on April Fool's Day, though. Yep, we sure will. Madam Web is worse than The Chaperone. I would still say The Chaperone is worse in that it's just not. Okay. I would still call The Chaperone worse in that it felt like it went on forever. It just wasn't funny. It just, it had potential but didn't live up to it. Everything about The Chaperone, like, I do believe that any movie can work and work well and has the potential to, but The Chaperone, I think, was just bad all around. Madam Web is bad, but at least I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like, I think, okay, sorry if I'm coming off confusing, but like, I think Madam Web might be a step above The Chaperone in terms of quality, but not, I don't know. Like, I'm sure it makes sense what I'm trying to say. So I bet when you do your worst movie list at the end of the year, you'll put Madam Web at worst you've seen. Most likely, but then again, we have like 300 plus days to figure that out. So for all we know, there might be an even worse movie that'll come along. But again, we have a whole year to figure that out. I'm just saying. An even worse movie might come along. Oh yeah, and I guess one last thing I do want to say about Madam Web. Why? I mean, we already said. Oh wait, Aunt May is indirectly. Oh yeah, Aunt May is indirectly mentioned. I have this woman I'm seeing. Yeah, but even then, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Because, well, it's fucking Madam Web, okay? Like, just Madam Web. I will say though, because this is Wonder After Dark, and even if something that I watch or review is terrible, I do try to find something positive. Does Madam Web get a 0 from you? I was about to answer that. This is Wonder After Dark, and even if a movie I review is bad, or even if a show I review is bad, I still try to find something positive. I can think of two positives with Madam Web, but they're very minor. The first positive is the Ezekiel Sims costume. Going to what Spider said earlier, I do kind of like how the Ezekiel costume, it's pretty cool, honestly. A little plain, but it does look cool, at least. But again, it was kind of wasted on this movie. Oh, I forgot to mention some shit. Mention it. Mention it, and then I'll say the other positive. Let's talk about how the trailers falsely advertise. Oh, yeah, that happened. The other Spider women were seen in the marketing. And then, you know that one iCarly YTP? We have a cock. Not anymore. Not anymore. Just forget it. Don't pay me. I don't care. Hey, pay me. I care. Sam, just being a bitch. Yeah. But then again, wouldn't be the first time Sony falsely advertised something. Morbius, Murderer, the Raimi suit, Oscorp. Morbius clearly had a lot of stuff cut out before release. Clearly. But anyway, the one other positive that I can think of with Madam Web, I do think the last little, chase scene at the end in the city was pretty cool. But even then, it's not a particularly high bar. It's just one cool scene in an ocean of blandness. And Ezekiel was dubbed up. Yeah, that too. That too. That too. Ezekiel being dubbed over as well. But those are at least two positive aspects, The Ezekiel costume is pretty cool, and that last little chase scene in the city is also pretty cool in my opinion, but other than that, it's not really a high bar. So yeah, Madam Web. Honestly, I think it could have worked, but it was doomed from the start. Even if the movie, by some miracle, ended up being really good, hell, even if it was in the MCU, which it isn't, but even if it was, I still think it would have had kind of a either mixed reception or it still would have bombed. Yeah, exactly. Madam Web couldn't have worked either way, not gonna lie. Yeah. It was doomed from the start. Perhaps it's one of those Marvel characters who should have just stayed in the comics. Or hell, maybe Madam Web could have just appeared in a Spider-Man movie and not ever get her own standalone film. Really, just the whole Sony Spider-Verse was just flawed. Venom 1 and 2, I think, are pretty good, but then everything next to it is just a mess. But, I hated when she would show up in the 90s car. Well, I haven't gotten that far in the 90s cartoon, so I'll just take your word for it. But I'm going to give Madam Web... I heard Venom The Last Dance was at. I heard that too, and that is very concerning. But, yeah. Craven being asked, that does not surprise me. Venom 3, what? But yeah, I'm going to give Madam Web a very unsurprising 0 out of 10. Is it worth watching? Maybe once, but no more than once a month, if that. Is it worth streaming? Absolutely. If you're gonna watch this movie, just watch it on a streaming service, like Netflix. I don't know where it's streaming in Canada, but I guess that Crave or whatever, or Actual quote from Spidey in the cartoon. What do you need me for? You obviously have powers of your own. Perfect. Wait, I missed your rating. Okay. I'm going to give Madam Web an unsurprising 0 out of 10. 0, 0 out of 10. Is it worth watching? I guess it's worth watching like once, if that. Really now, yeah. I guess it's worth watching like once. I thought you'd give it a 1. I mean, but 0 is surprising. The Lord works in mysterious ways. I mean, for all we know, it could change by the end of the year. Like I said, there could be a movie that'll come along and end up being even worse. I'm just saying. It may be a 0 right now. Honestly, I'd have to give it a 0.5 out of 10. That's a valid rating, honestly. But anyway. But yeah. It's just bad. Is it worth picking up a physical? Mufasa, even worse. I still haven't even seen Mufasa, but I'll have to blindly agree. Stay tuned, because we still have not reviewed The Lion King yet. We're not doing that tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow's already taken. On a lighter note, I feel like my 0.5 is too generous. Maybe. But yeah, Madam Web, it's just bad. Bad out of 10. Okay. I guess on a lighter note, a certain television show has reached its 25th anniversary as of today. Now, I'm not going to discuss the series in full until tomorrow night, but Malcolm in the Middle, which premiered on Fox, it premiered on January 9th, 2000, 25 years ago this day. Happy 25th anniversary. So I decided, you know what? I'll review it tomorrow. So tomorrow night, Malcolm in the Middle. I would have reviewed it tonight, but the Madam Web plans kind of got thrown off, so that kind of caused this whole season to be pushed to the side. Show on camera, okay. Okay, I don't really know what the stance on copyright is, so this might be fine to show. It might get me a claim. I do not know. Not you again. Shit. Oh. Couldn't have said it any better. Just could not have said it any better. Couldn't have said it any better, Spidey. Couldn't have said it any better. Anyway, but yeah, Malcolm in the Middle is 25 years old now. So I've decided tomorrow night I will review the show. I would have reviewed it tonight, because then it would have been the exact 25th Discord. I'll get to that after I'm done speaking. I would have reviewed it tonight, but the Madam Web plans got thrown off, so it's been pushed to tomorrow, but it's only a day off. It's not too terribly late. It's just one day off. But yes, happy birthday, Malcolm. They wanted this character to succeed as a film. They really did. Stupid. Discord? Okay, let me look at that. I want you to read this like an AVGN rant, exactly like AVGN. Okay. Oh God. Oh, this is an oldie. I can tell. I can tell. Oh God. Oh no. Okay. For context, this is about Knuckles on Paramount Plus. Okay. It creates this domino effect, in my opinion. If Pakakamak is alive, then the Knuckles tribe is alive. If the Knuckles tribe is alive, then the I'm the last of my kind thing was pointless. And if the backstory about Knuckles is pointless, then who's to say all the other backstories these characters have are just broken? If they just casually break Sonic lore like that, who's to say that anything we think is concrete won't be concrete for very long? What if Longclaw's alive? It would be a neat twist, but her death was also one of the only great emotional moments, as long as it lasted. So, and that's not even the worst part about Pakakamak being alive. Dare I say it? Bowling alley. The damn bowling alley. What if Joe Chill was actually a comedic hot dog vendor? What if Brainiac wasn't actually a space tyrant who let Krypton die, but was actually just a Costco employee? What if the Sandman was a fucking McDonald's janitor? What a shitload of fuck! The Echidnas are supposed to be fucking dead. Maybe doing this, I'm not actually alone, thing later on in the universe would work, sure, but at the same time, oh God. But at the very fucking least, don't make him a goddamn bowling alley employee. I've never seen such disrespect for such a viable character to a cinematic universe since they nerfed the villain in Age of Ultron. What fuckhead in the writer's room thought, oh, I have an idea. Let's take the guy who killed Sonic's stepmother and make him a bowling alley for a cheap laugh. Ha 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 ha! So funny. Ha ha ha! Fuck Sonic lore and fuck keeping things somewhat serious. Everything has to be a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon up in this bitch. Fuck you furries and fuck your lore. What were they thinking? My God. That's perfection. What if Palpatine pumped gas at the gas station? I actually am a little scared. I'm actually a little scared how flawlessly I got that. Oh my God. I guess I've just seen enough AVGN to know. Damn boy, that's impressive. Yeah. I really was not trying to put in the effort, but I guess I've just seen I give your car unlimited power. I guess I've just seen that much AVGN that I just know. Oh my God. I was picturing the guy while writing it, and you made the voice work. Yep, I sure did. God, I didn't even know. I guess I got possessed by him while speaking that shit. I guess I got possessed by the spirit of the nerd. Something that I honestly did not think was possible. Your lead up was also exactly how he does it, yep. I love how Jesse started calmly and then got mad as it went on, like just like AVGN, yep. Probably the most impressive thing I've ever done on this show. Feel free to clip that entire rant. If you want to clip it, go right ahead. Clip it. I don't know if you can do clips that long, but if you can, clip it. Oh, God. Yeah, clip it. If you're able to clip it, clip it. Oh, my God. Gotta catch my breath here. Alright, okay, what does it say? Jesse used to make fun of me for making my rants sound like AVGN rants, so for that one I intentionally made it so. Clever bitch. Clever, clever, clever. Clever, 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 clever. Junior, double, triple, clever. I can't clip more than a minute. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, well then when the archive goes up, at least provide a timestamp. Because if you can't clip it, you can at least comment the timestamp. That's a good alternative. But that is unfortunate that you can't clip it. That is very, very, very unfortunate. Ladies and gentlemen, we have it. A moment that might rival the time that I knocked everything over by complete accident. I didn't know it was possible to rival that moment, but we've come close tonight. I think I'm going to sleep like a brick after that, because that actually took a lot out of me. My God. That actually took a lot out of me. Oh no, that's still the... Well, you're not wrong. That's still the funniest moment. Not even close. Yeah. Oh, God. It's like that one kid of... It's like that one video of the kid trying to pull the tablecloth and then getting crushed by the bookshelf. Yeah. Like, it's still amazing of a rant, but for legitimately good reasons. Yeah. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. So, I went to one of the most run-down malls I have ever been to earlier today. And while I would show my haul, instead I want to talk about something related to the place. Funny image time. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Funny image time. Fuck. Funny image. Does anybody ever just have a swimming pool inside their lake? I repeat, does anybody ever just have a swimming pool inside their lake? Peter, the pool is here. Peter, the horse is here. Horse, the Peter's here. He even has a swimming pool in his swimming pool. Anyway. Also, I want you to try Chat GPT sometime. Oh, you want me to turn to the dark side. Got it. That wasn't a refusal. That was just a very great joke opportunity. I repeat, that was not me refusing. That was just a joke opportunity for me. Or character.ai. Well, I mean, any character AI is probably the safer bet. Okay, anyway, what I was... Oh, God. Okay, what I was originally going to say... I went to one of the most run-down malls I have ever been to. It's a mall I've been to quite a bit. And going to the mall today gave me an idea for a future video. Not a live stream, a video. where I take you all on a little Discord. I'll look at that after my idea. Anyway, I want to do a video, like kind of a vlog, where I take you all, figuratively speaking, on a field trip, figuratively speaking, to this mall with like a certain budget, price money budget, to see what you can get for that budget. I don't know, just going to the mall today gave me that video idea, and I kind of want to do it. When will that video come out? Probably next 2 or 3 weeks from now. Yes, please. Okay. I guess I'll do it 2 or 3 weeks from now. Because I'm not doing it next week, but maybe 2 to 3 weeks is when you'll see that video. Oh yeah, I will show one thing that I got at the mall today. I will show this. So, do it now. Like I said, I'll get to that video when I get to it. But first, let me look at Discord, because Spider asked me to. I think I'm being followed. Contender for most ominous message I have ever woken up to. Do it, my N-word. I will do it when I can. But yep, that classic, 7:40 a.m. And I woke up at 10:43 a.m. I think I'm being followed. Contender for most ominous... Yep. And that indeed is probably the most ominous message I've ever woken up to. Anyway, now, went to the mall, as I said. Now, even though Christmas was several... I hate how now the viewers increase as soon as I said that. Oh, I just found something good. Good, but let me finish real quick. Okay, I will show one thing that I got at the mall today, though. The rest I'll probably show some other time, because I'm just tired, but I will show this. So, Google is like, what was that? Anyway, okay, so even though Christmas was several weeks ago now, the Belk store at this mall was getting rid of a lot of their Christmas stuff, you know, on clearance. Naturally, when my mom pointed out this ornament to me, I had to get it. I haven't done anything. I'm a totally peaceful, racist Pikachu. Yeah. Naturally, when my mom pointed out this ornament, I had to grab it. It was on clearance. I know Christmas is 11 months away, but another one for the collection. Sunny days, yep. And hey, and hey, look. Keeping the clouds away. And hey, look. I could possibly use it as a stand-in for the one that went missing ages ago. Keeping the clouds away, on my way to where the air is sweet. Sesame Street. Sesame. Open Sesame. But yeah, funny little... Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Yeah. I have not watched Sesame Street probably since the Obama administration. You were probably expecting me to say Bush administration, but no, I mean Obama-na. Obama-na soda! Probably one of my favorite videos of both Trump and Biden put together. Oh, okay, I'll look at this. Okay, okay, the top set, the Clinton administration, yeah. Okay, the top says sale. I don't know what was up at the top there, but okay. I'm going to read this now. So Justin Trudeau is stepping down as Prime Minister, apparently. Don't know who that is, but the Prime Minister of Sweden visited Washington today, and my tiny little nipples went to France. Anyway, going to read another one of Spider's old messages here. That shouldn't be an actual show. This was from May 2024. Yeah, anyway. Okay, that shouldn't be an actual show, but that should be some April Fool's joke announcement that clearly isn't real and clearly isn't happening. And then Spider follows that up with, I don't want to say anything too soon, but man, that synopsis is not looking too good. I bet Sonic 3 will be. Sonic and Tails go on vacation when suddenly Shadow attacks them. Sonic is defeated, he met his match, yada yada yada. He finds Amy, he's surprised there's another hedgehog out there. They have hints that they like each other. At the end, they fight Shadow with the power of friendship. The end, and it gets 50% or higher on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, that aged like milk. That certainly aged. Yeah, that was Bro's old prediction for the plot of. Well, I mean, you did get half of it, but the other half. I mean, you sort of got Vacation right. Okay, yeah, Amy did show up, but in a mid-credits scene, so that ended up being true. Shadow attacking on vacation. Yes and no. They were not on vacation, but they were out of town. So that part was half true. I heard in one draft Tom was meant to die. Vacation kinda. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of accurate, but bit of a stretch. Yeah. But that was pretty good. Talk about the possibility of Tom dying. Okay, I guess we're talking about Sonic now. Yeah, according to Sylv, in one draft of, I think that would be a mistake. I mean, I guess it would have had good emotional weight, but yeah, would have been a mistake, honestly. Plus, James Marsden, when Sonic 2 was coming out, said that he had already signed on for quote unquote several sequels. Notice the wording there, several. So, yeah, why would you sign on for several only to then get killed off in the immediate next movie? That's my take. In fact, while we're on the topic, Jim Carrey says he's open to returning as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman. No. Like, don't bring him back. He's gone. Like, he's not just gone. There's not a single part of him that could be resurrected. Maybe he'll be I mean, maybe. But even then, I think that's a stretch. Because where in the timeline of events of Sonic 3 could he have had the time to clone himself? I mean, granted, Gerald somehow was alive in a jail cell for. I mean, you're not wrong. Him surviving in 2 was nuts, but still, I could at least believe. I don't know. I'm conflicted. Like, yeah, he's survived some pretty insane shit, but on the other hand, I don't know. Like, well, yeah, Gerald got disintegrated. Gerald's not coming back. In fact, really, yeah, Robotnik presumably died. Gerald literally got disintegrated. I guess the only real truth saying that Ivo could have survived is the fact that Shadow survived. So if Shadow survived, maybe there's a chance that Ivo did too. Exactly, Shadow. But if Shadow lived, because he was there too. So if Shadow lived, maybe there's a chance Ivo could have lived too. But I don't know. It's too early to say. Maybe they'll make sense of it somehow. But I have no. Yeah. Shadow fell to Earth. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. I don't know. Maybe come Sonic 4, they'll make sense of it. He wasn't in the... Well, yeah. Again, maybe they'll make sense of it when they get to Sonic 4, but I don't know. Actually, for all we know, somehow Gerald returned. Do not somehow Longclaw return. Nah, honestly, I could see Longclaw getting resurrected. Going back to the AVGN rant from earlier, somehow Robotnik returned. Somehow my ass... Yeah. Somehow Crazy Carl returned. Yeah, notice that Crazy Carl basically completely vanished after the first movie. Yeah, where is Crazy Carl? Yeah, I honestly thought that his actor, like, died or something. Discord, a funny convo. Okay. Like, I honestly... Hair got in my mouth. I honestly thought Crazy Carl's actor, like, died or something, but nope, he's still alive. I thought about that too. Like, dude just disappeared after. Okay, do I really want to... Okay. I mean, of course I'm still going to read this, but... Oh, this gem. Somehow Rachel's wedding returned. Do not. Okay, I quickly skimmed through this, but I recognize this now. This is a gem. Oh dear God, yeah. That could either be in response to what I'm about to read on camera, or it could be in response to Rachel's wedding. It could be either, but yeah. I skimmed through this. God, I recognize this gem. Okay. From the top, Rachel. Okay. That could have fit both, but anyway. Somehow, the dance scene in the Himalayas returned. Alright. From the top. Good, because I already deleted them. Somehow Commander Walters returned. That's foreshadowing for my review of Tomorrowland. Stay tuned. Anyway, good, because I already deleted them. I will say though, deleting them was a little overwhelming, because just when I thought they were all gone, I would realize I missed one. But they are all gone now. Good. And I don't want to spoil anything, but the irony of the FBI calling me while I'm writing a scene about domestic sexual abuse, I'm skipping a part for reasons. They saw what I was writing, LMAO. I skipped a part because of earlier. Oh, by the way, when they call you again, please tell them that if I don't answer right away, it's most likely because I am walking the dog or just got out of the house with said dog. Or just don't do anything until you get the call. Make sure you say our names, okay. Okay, so the one... I don't know, okay. Well, Spider, what do you think of Tom dying in an early draft? I don't know. Okay, I'll just... Jess and James. Let's just say Jess and James. Anyway. Me and James. Alright, me. Or he's the one... Anyway, from here on out, whatever. Anyway. Me. I don't usually answer my calls the exact second, which, if you know how I am with checking my emails, you know that's true. Him. This is the FBI, though. We don't need a Henry Cavill situation over here. You better stare at that phone, LMAO. It's still going to be a delay, but I will try not to make it a huge one, like a minute or two at most, but not on purpose. Fuck, I'm already staring at the clock. Him. You should be staring at that phone. Me. Again. I will. I am literally using the phone right now. Him. I know, perfect prop for this. If I get a call saying they didn't pick up, I'm gonna know. And they'll call me. And I will murder you. As a joke, YouTube, this is me being funny for a comedic bit. Me. Well, I say unrelated, but I will probably make this a running gag in whatever I make from the future. Not an actual situation, just the rest, but one of those gags that's never explained or elaborated. Just good creative inspiration. Mr. Collins, the call didn't go through. Gosh darn it, you're dead! And I can't believe you purposefully declined their call twice. At least when I did it last time, I didn't know it was them. But you consciously denied a call from the FBI twice. You madman. And you know what happens now? Bonnie's gonna give me a fucking divorce. Did you notice the sign on the front of my house that said Dead Nigger Storage? Did you notice the sign on the front of my house that said Dead Nigger Storage? No, you didn't. You know why? Because it ain't there, because storing dead niggers ain't my fucking business. That's why. Hi, this is Mark from Facebook. Please give me your login and... What has this episode become? I guess it went from Madam Web to this. You know what? I'm not even mad. Just this is the note of all time. Hi, this is Susan from YouTube. Please take down your video and give me 1,000 bucks, nigga. Joke's on you, she's not CEO anymore. She hasn't been CEO in a bit now. CEO of sex. I'm looking at porn. Stay tuned for when we eventually cover the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. Okay, I'm almost out of No Way Home takes place a week after Far From Home. Well, I mean, the majority of it, yes, but doesn't it also literally pick up where Far From ended? How does Ned lose 100 pounds in a week? Exercise. Exercise? I thought you said extra fries. Exercise? I thought you said porn. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. What does it say? Okay. Yes, it starts off right after, but then there's a week time skip. Ah, thanks for the reminder. Okay. I'm about out of thoughts for this episode. So, So Ned loses 100 pounds in a week. Yep, he somehow does that. I don't know how, but he does. That's super unhealthy. Yes, it is. Cillian Murphy in the hit film Oppenheimer. Somehow, Ned got skinny. Somehow, Christopher Reeve and Adam West return. Stay tuned for The Flash. Oh, God. Well, granted, The Flash is not tomorrow. Tomorrow's already taken, but I'll get to The Flash sooner than later. Okay, you know what? I'll end this episode on a completely unrelated note. I'll bring this up before. I'll bring this up as kind of a last little end of the episode bit of news. So, TikTok has announced that January 19th in the US they will shut down if they are not bought by a US company in time because of that new ban that the US is doing. El Bozo, yep. Now, okay. Now, I have been pestered by my sister mostly to, does it affect Canada? Well, the Canadian government does not seem to think that TikTok is a security concern like America does, so I'm going to say no. Because it's the US government specifically that is saying that it's a. That's why they're banning it. They're saying it's like a security risk. Five Nights at Freddy's security breach. But anyway. But what I was saying. But TikTok will be, I guess, shut down January 19th if they don't find a new company to buy it. New US company. I have been putting up a few of the latest TikToks that I've done on YouTube, but it highlights a problem. It's that YouTube and TikTok have very different stances when it comes to copyrighted music. 9 times out of 10, TikTok doesn't really care. Like, sometimes you'll run into the problem, sometimes they'll remove a sound, but most of the time TikTok doesn't care. YouTube, on the other hand, well, we've heard the horror stories with YouTube copyright. We've heard all the horror stories. So that's kind of a problem. And of course, the other problem is, assuming they do shut down in the US on the 19th, I can't save everything that I've made, because I've been uploading on TikTok since, I'm pretty sure 2020, so that's 4 years of videos. That would take up a lot of storage space. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe by some miracle, the US government will realize they're a little stupid. Maybe they'll do something about the school offings that we should be concerned about. Because listen, I get TikTok has given us some bad things, but I think we should be more concerned about how many children go to school and then don't come home. Start saving all your Didn't I just say that? I'm not refusing to, but again, that's a lot of storage space. I can't save the entire 4 years. I can basically do all the new ones, like every new one, or almost start saving all the good ones. Oh, God. If you mean the Floor Saga, I can't guarantee that the Floor Saga will be saved, sadly. But hey, if you're able to save them, I just felt like throwing that in at the end. I just felt like throwing that in at the end. Save the beginning and end. Well, that I can do, but that I can do, but it'll take me a lot of scrolling to find the beginning and end. Well, just felt like throwing that in at the end. Also, I swear they were talking to me. Anyway, come back. I think I'm done here. I think this episode has gone on long enough. We're at 100 minutes. It is 12:27. Oh, stupid question. Ask away, my loyal audience. Ask away. Even if it's a stupid question, but does the Floor Saga represent you missing Geo? Okay. My N word. Okay. At first, Tails. At first, it did not. At first. You see, how it came about is I recall I already did the TikTok that you're referring to, the very first Tails bench. Anyway, the very first installment of the Floor Saga was the Truman Show. However, I already did a TikTok on the Truman Show a year before. So to get around this, I made it a gag, where basically I had Truman Show and I think one other movie. I forget. Actually, I think it was The Hangover. I'll have to go back and look. But it was The Truman Show and The Hangover, I think. And basically the gag was, drink expired Pepsi. I'm pretty sure that was the quote. Because next thing you know, and then it cuts to me on the floor, passed out, with the three props in the background on this shelf, Pepsi bottle primary. Again, at first, it did not represent anything. It was basically just a quick way for me to justify doing the same thing twice. In this case, the Truman Show. But then, as those missing thoughts started to flood my mind, I decided to make it kind of a serialized bit. Both running gag and serialized bit. So the long answer would be, it did not initially represent that, but after a couple it did. The short answer would be yes. Taking notes, Patrick Starr? That wasn't sarcasm, just taking notes, Patrick. Now talk about the ending of it. Oh yeah, the ending, honestly, just like how I don't know how the current saga is going to end, although I guess it has to end, I guess it has to end soon. I've been living in blank, I forget. Oh yeah. The bottom of the ocean. That was it. The bottom of the ocean. I don't know where the bottom of the ocean came from. I really don't know. But basically, I had no idea how that saga was going to end. In fact, I honestly thought it would never end. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm aware it ended when... Well, yeah, that's how it ended. But I'm talking about... And then you left the house. Well, I left the room anyway. But basically, how the video came to be. I really did not know. Like, once I got that golden message, I was like, oh, I'm going to make a video. But admittedly, I didn't know how to wrap up the saga that I gave myself. So I basically just looked for the most half-assed possible nothing ending. Let me go grab it off the shelf here. I know exactly where it is. I know Zookeeper is here. Down here. Down, 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 down to the bottom of the sea. There it is. Okay, there's Zookeeper. Okay. Anyway, I needed a way to end. It was a funny ending, not gonna lie. It was. But anyway, I needed an ending, but I also didn't really know how to end it, so I basically just needed the most half-assed nothing ending. Like, anticlimactic, just out of nowhere, abrupt. So what I did was... Yeah, I grabbed the nearest envelope that I had on standby, and I just used that as a prop. So yeah, if you're wondering what that was, yeah, now you know. And if you're wondering where this envelope came from, yeah, spoilers, good old Disney movie insiders. What was originally in that envelope? A gift card. So now you know the truth behind that prop. But yeah, I basically just looked around the room for just stupid props. The video boy divot, yeah. Also, yes, I do keep it in my copy of Zookeeper. Stay tuned. But yeah, basically, I just needed like something stupid and dumb and abrupt to wrap up the saga. And it just so happened that was just it. Like, that was all I had. The video boy divot. Alright, let's put this back over here. Alright. I might do a future, you know what, after that little story, I think I might do a future behind the scenes video about my read. Okay, I'm not reading every single one of these, but the video boy divot, the video boy divot, the video boy divot, the video boy divot. Again, I'm not reading every single one of those, but that times, I don't know. Okay, I think after that little story at the end, I'll probably do like, I'll probably do like a dedicated behind the scenes video where I just go over how I've come up with certain things, how I get around certain things. He's in a cocking center now. I don't know yet. Alright. It's 12:34 a.m. He's in a sounding center now. Alright. It is 12:35 a.m. We are at 108 minutes. Longest episode of the season so far. Sounding is inserting stuff into your D. That's hot. Alright, anyway, I think we're done here. This episode has gone on long enough. Yeah. I have shows to talk about tomorrow night. And by shows, that's not hot, that's pain. And by shows, I mean one. A show that teaches us that life is unfair. But will I elaborate further? No, because I've said enough. But for now, I won't be here tomorrow. How come? No worries. No worries, I'm just curious. No worries, not mad, just curious. 'Cause I'm not. Okay, you do you, buddy, even though Malcolm in the Middle is actually not a bad show and is really great, but I won't judge. Eat your cereal. Go to bed. To be continued. God made you special and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and have a day.